Hey guys, this is Matt from NODStudios here, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the second episode of our installment on SuperPower 2 as Nigeria, using the Man in the High Castle mod. In the previous episode, we got ourselves grounded in terms of economics. We really boosted our GDP and made our country at least somewhat formidable for what is upcoming. If you guys go ahead and take a look at the resources, and I actually didn't show you guys too much of this in the previous episode, my bad. The services industry is falling a little bit behind. We could do a little bit more investment just starting out in this particular industry. However, everything else looks really good, and I managed to get the vast majority of the sectors to meet production and then some, or to meet consumption and then some. Sorry, my bad. So basically my whole idea was to try and get production to meet consumption. Just scrolling through, you guys can see, boom. I did exactly what I set out to do. We switched all of these over to meet consumption, and we're looking really good. The food and agriculture sector, or industry rather, is completely up to consumption. We're making profits there. It's great. Everything is looking good. Look at all that green. Oh my lord, it is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, can we get some sort of economic treaty with Morocco? Because they really like us. What about an alliance too? No, they're not going to do an alliance, unfortunately. But maybe some kind of economic aid? No, they are not going to do it. What about the economic partnership? They will do that. And human development treaty? Sweet. We are making progress, people. We are making loads of progress. Telecoms and infrastructure is on the way up. Almost at 30% for the infrastructure. Absolutely huge, guys. At this point in time, my main priority is getting our research far enough through so that way we actually have some naval units to work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and speed up time, and I'll be back when the research is all finished. And welcome to the future, my comrades. We are now in the year 1968, and things are going wonderfully splendid. We're in the month of April, guys. Oh my lord. Things are beautiful. The sky is shining. The clouds, wait, there aren't even any clouds because the sky is so clear and so beautiful that the clouds just don't exist today. So, I don't know, guys. I'm trying to make it a little interesting here. Sorry. It does end up being a little creepy sometimes. But anyways, I restructured the research menu here after we finished our research for naval units, and I bumped that down to about where the Air Force is at. And I instead put the most money into ground units. That's about halfway through on the financing tab. Honestly, we could probably even put in a little bit more than that because I really want to try and get better infantry units as soon as possible. It's really going to help out with our conquests, and if we ever do get declared war on by, a great power like the German Reich or the Italians, my bad, jeez, wow, I don't even know what I was trying to say there, but yeah, if the Italians or anything like that, maybe the Japanese, if they ever go to war with us, I really want to make sure that we're protected and that we're safe. So the best way to do that is to get our ground units, because those are obviously our first line of defense against any sort of invasion or attack or anything like that. Especially with, the Axis powers bordering us, they are definitely going to send in some infantry to go ahead and attack. Now, what I want to go ahead and do here is, first of all, before we build any troops, I want to go into the unit black market, and we're going to buy up as many naval units as we can possibly get. All of these attack submarines gotta go. We gotta buy them up. Same thing for all of the patrol craft. They have to all be ours, and hopefully this isn't gonna, bump up the budget too much. We might have to make a few adjustments, but overall, I'm hoping that this isn't gonna make too much of a change in terms of our economy and our budget. Aw, only 2 corvettes. Dang. That's a little bit of a shame, but okay. You make up for it with the frigates. There's a decent amount of frigates on the market right now, so I'm pretty happy about that. And just for good measure, I'm going to get some infantry units while we're at it, just to beefing up our main infantry force. Ooh, our not-so-frugal spending has resulted in a little bit of a deficit going on. I kind of did expect that, but it's okay. Don't worry, guys. We're going to scroll over to the German States of America, and it looks like, wow, their economy has just skyrocketed even more since we last left off. Whew! I'm going to do a little bit more economic investment into our own country here, try and get the services industry up to par, and hopefully that'll go ahead and balance out our budget, and we'll be able to have a little bit more of economic liberty in our country. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Oh, what? You're going to assume my gender? You're going to assume how much money I make? You're going to assume what race I am? And now you're going to assume my debt? Oh my God, I just can't handle this anymore. And after another 5-year plan that has gone splendidly well, better than any other 5-year plan ever instituted in any other country ever known to man, we have created a great, glorious republic with a 3.4K GDP per capita, which is great. Absolutely great. We might even be able to lower the tax rate a little bit here, which is really what I wanted to start getting at, because that huge personal income tax modifier, that really hurts. It does eventually slow growth once you start getting up to those higher numbers, and it just leaves a little bit less money to go into your economy and support growth. So we do want to try and limit that tax as much as possible. We could cut it down by 10% right now and put it at 70%. I don't want to leave myself too little of a money currency. So we are going to leave it relatively high at the 70%. Next thing I would like to do is put a little bit more into research, and we can start doing a little bit of foreign aid. And honestly, we can max out environment as well, and even start putting a little bit of money into healthcare. Not too much, but just enough. Actually, that's a little too much. There we go. That's better. Usually, we don't put a lot of money into healthcare on this channel. It's not one of the major priorities. Our birth rate is already higher than our death rate anyways, but whoo, we have a ridiculous death rate, 2.7%. Whoo, that is insane, but a 3.4% birth rate, that's also pretty dang good. But our population is still growing, not too worried about it. Everything is going splendidly. Look at all this green. Oh, it is absolutely glorious. It is absolutely amazing. So what I want to go ahead and do next is move on over here to the Balkans. Let's see if we can't get some economic partnership treaties going on. I'll slow the game down just a tad. So we want to get Romania. Let's see, Bulgaria. And what's the other country that's over here? Hungary. We want to get all those countries, and maybe even, and no, Commissar's Resistance, they don't really have a lot of economic incentives to offer me, so I'm going to leave them out of the mix. Let's see, where's Hungary? There they are. And what else could we do? We could do, like, maybe Iran. They have a 6K GDP per capita, which is pretty good, actually. I don't know who else. Maybe Spain? I don't know if they would join in on a treaty with us, though. We could try Portugal. Let's put in Portugal to the mix. They don't particularly hate me, but they also don't particularly like me. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so that treaty went through. Perfect. That's great. So that'll help us be a little bit more productive, and it should help out with trade as well. Oh, and before I completely forget, last episode, while I was sort of bumping up the economy and doing the 5-year plan, I went ahead and legalized same-sex marriage. So I just wanted you guys to note that little change in policy right there. Everything else is still the same, but we did end up legalizing same-sex marriage. And an interesting thing about Nigeria, too, the official language is set to English, and only 10.4% of the population actually speaks English. The most amount of people in our country are speaking Yoruba. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I don't really know if I am, but it looks like Yoruba, and 36.2% of our population is speaking that language. So I'm actually, I'm going to switch it over from English to Yoruba. Why not? The majority of our people speak Yoruba, so I feel like that should be the national language. Or we could be bilingual. Ooh, yeah. Let's actually do that. We're going to be bilingual. Sweet. I like that. And of course, the official religion, actually, I'm not going to set an official religion unless it's none. We could do that. Set none as the official religion and just leave everything else as legal. Because I am sort of going for a socialisty, communisty type of thing. So we could be anti-church or, that sort of thing. Because that kind of follows in line with communism and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, let's just go ahead and do a little bit of prowling throughout the world and see what kinds of countries are out there for us to go to war with. Now, Iran is actually kind of a decent choice, and so is the Pacific States of America. However, I am really wary about the Pacific States of America. Do they have any alliances? They do with the Empire of Japan, so that's not going to work out. And I think also their military strength is really good, if I'm not mistaken. It's decent, a lot better than ours, so I'm actually going to stay away from that on second thought. Let's take a look. What else is there? We could go for, like, Liberia. That's going to take our economy down just a little bit, though. And I'm looking to try and grow it if it's possible. Okay, we could maybe go for Namibia. Their GDP per capita is a little bit better than ours. How many people do they got? Oh, only 1.9 million, which is nothing compared to what we have. What about Liberia? What's their population? Only 3.5 million. So honestly, we could go to war with either one of those. I think I'm going to start with Namibia first, though, because they are quite a little bit bigger. Oh, yeah, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so that is going to be our target, Namibia. I'm coming for you, boy. Don't you worry. Ooh, what's going on here? Economic aid? Oh, that's okay. I don't care about that. So now what we need to go ahead and do is we need to research a design for, if I can even think of it, freaking, I'm not going to be able to think of it without looking at the thing. It's called oh, there it is. Destroyer. Whew. I'm a little boggle-minded today. Yeah, so we need to make a destroyer in order to actually be able to bombard ports on the enemy nation. So, let's go ahead and create one. The Red Bombardier. Why not? I don't really got anything else in mind. We'll just do the Red Bombardier, and we'll also design our own infantry unit while we're at it. We'll make it gold. And we'll call it the Needle in the Haystack. Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful, man. That is glorious. Things like a frickin' McDonald's chicken nugget. I also want to go ahead and design an air defense unit just to start us off with, because air forces can really mess you up if you don't have anything to combat them. So we're just going to go with the basic design here that's already created for us. I think that looks okay. And we'll go with the desert sand sort of look to it. And I guess we'll just go ahead and name this particular units dropping like flies, because that's what's going to happen to all the air units that are coming at my armies. They're going to drop like flies. Immediately, we can go ahead and start pouring some money into creating our own units. First of all, we'll start off with 50,000 infantry, and we'll do 500 infantry vehicles and air defense units. That should set us up for a nice little steady growth of our military. In addition to that, I'm also going to buy out some more black market units, so I'll be back when I'm finished selecting all of the things that I want to go ahead and buy. There we go. I went ahead and bought up all of the units that I wanted to. So interestingly enough, it looks like the German States of America and the German Reich actually want to do a weapons trade with us. Although it looks like the German Reich refused this particular treaty, I'm going to go ahead and actually join into it. Now let's see. If I go into the, not the war list, but the build menu, can we now, oh yes we can! So we can build units out of the German States of America. Wow, that really helps us out. We can even build some frigates from them, so we don't have to worry about designing our own. At least while we're, allied with them. Yeah, that's really sweet. Awesome. Oh, we also really need to go ahead and start production on those destroyers because we didn't do that before. So I'm going to go ahead and start an order for 5 of those bad boys. Actually, we'll do 2 orders of 5, and then we'll go ahead and scootle over here and drop the debt on the United States. I dropped the debt from buying all the units on them as well. We're going to be doing that a lot, but it's okay. We're great friends. They're doing extremely well. I don't even know how they're doing this well. Like, geez, they are doing really well. Yeah. Their tax rate is a little high, though. I'm a little wary about that, but I don't know. They are doing pretty good, so maybe not. With all of that taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and deploy all of the ground and air units that we have all bought up and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put those guys down right in Nigeria, and I'm going to do the same exact thing with our naval units. We'll deploy them right off the coast of Nigeria, and everything is going to go splendidly and wonderfully well. We might have to drop down our foreign aid spending a little bit. Oh, okay. Hello. We have a little bit of a deficit going on now. You know, actually, for right now, I'm just going to drop propaganda spending in response to that. And I guess as our debt just continues to increase, I'm just going to drop it on the United States. Because as long as we're great friends, I don't really see any other reason to make an adjustment in taxes, because that's just going to hurt my people even more. So if I can just keep shifting my economic destitution onto the United States, I'm going to keep doing that for as long as I can. Now let's go ahead and get these 2 naval units merged up, and we'll get all the armies merged up as well. There we go. That looks like a pretty formidable force. Now let's take a look at what Namibia has. Oh, they got nothing. They don't even have a navy. They are toast, my friends. Let's go ahead and request war. Let's see. How does the world look? Is the world hating me now? Yeah, a little bit. They're going to hate me a lot more, though, when I end up annexing these guys. They don't even know that that's coming. They thought we're, just in some debt war going on here. Nah, none of that. No debt wars. Can I not? What the hell's happening here? Hello? Maybe we didn't get any destroyers in there? I don't. They should have gotten in there. Why is this? Why you do? There we go. Was it not destroyers I was supposed to get? Oh no, that's Angola! Oh no! Crap, I didn't want to go to war with Angola. But I guess now I'm gonna have to. Okay. No one joined in on the war on their side, so... Oh, they only have patrol crafts. Yeah, they got nothing on us. 10 patrol crafts, that's their entire navy. We'll do a full frontal assault, and they'll just get swiped out completely. Then we'll bombard them. Yeah, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get the troops on over there. How are our relations with the GSA? Ooh, they're dropping a little bit. That kind of worries me. Will they still assume my debt? No, they will not anymore. Will they do a human development collaboration? Yes, they will. Now will they accept my debt? No. Oh, we might have to do maybe even like a research partnership with them. They're going to refuse that. Dang. Maybe they're giving us a little bit of a cold shoulder. We might have to sell them some more land in order to make sure that, things don't go sour here. To do a little bit of the ye old bribery, as it were. So there's Angola all occupied up. Now we just have to move into Namibia. And of course, both of them are going to get completely steamrolled. We are just such a formidable force at this point. It really doesn't matter. They are no match for us. How many people does Angola have? I feel like they kind of have a lot of people. How are you guys looking? No, they only actually have 11.6 million. Or 11.1. I was looking at the 67, my bad. Yeah, they only have 11.1 million. So we should be able to absorb these guys relatively easily. I'm just kind of worried about the diplomatic relations and that whole situation. I mean, I don't really care if, the Reich and all them hate me. As long as they don't go to war with me, it'll be okay. But I do want to stay as friendly as possible with the GSA. They are kind of my crutch in the beginning of the game here. Now, what are we looking at? Still 78 diplomatic relations with them. Sweet. Yeah, so no kind of wavering or anything like that with them. That's awesome, dude. That is absolutely awesome. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right quick is I'm going to bump up the foreign aid spending, and that's going to make the GSA like me a little bit more. Then what I'm going to do is have them assume my debt, because every successful treaty we have with another country, we get better relations with them for just simply, you know, coming to an agreement. And there we go. Now we can go ahead and drop our foreign aid spending to where it was before. And there we go. Our relationship is at 87. So above the 80 that we need to drop debt on them at any time. Alrighty, folks, there you have it. So that's the second installment of our playthrough here on SuperPower 2 using the Man in the High Castle mod. If you guys enjoyed this episode and you want to see more, please leave a like, please comment, and please, please, please subscribe. It really helps out and it really does mean a lot. So once again, thank you guys so much for all of your continued support, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.